Hi everybody, welcome back. I've picked my recipes out of the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, and I'm very excited about my choices. We are going to start with a beautiful shrimp cocktail, which is on page 394. Then for the main course, we're going to page 131, a panko beef roast with zucchini. How does that sound? And for a side dish, yum, butternut squash, macaroni, and cheese. I'll figure out dessert when I get to the supermarket. But right now, it's time to shop. So let's go. Sam!
Hey!
How are you?
Good, Scott.
Nice to see you. I'm gonna get my meat now. So I got my Better Homes and Gardens book.
All right.
I'm gonna make a panko beef roast with zucchini. So I need a 3-pound boneless beef round roast.
All right.
You got anything like that?
Yeah.
So I'm making this, but what do other people make for the holidays?
A lot of people, they'll make down here we got tenderloin roast.
Oh, they'll do a tenderloin?
That's a popular one.
Okay.
We also got rib roast and spoon roast. Spoon roast is a little bit more of a mild meat. And tenderloin, we all know for the tenderness.
Tenderloin for tenderness.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm getting my 3-pound boneless beef round roast.
All right, let's get you covered.
Now that's a beautiful piece of meat.
Yeah.
This is great. All right, so I'm thinking about doing a shrimp cocktail for my appetizer.
Sounds good.
Which way to the seafood department?
Right down over there.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Scott.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, I got my roast. I wish I had a cart. Oh, it's like a Christmas miracle. Oh, and it's got the goldfish in it too. One of the 7 fishes. Hey, I'm here at the seafood department. Hey, Tyler, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Nice to see you. It's a pleasure. So I'm thinking about getting shrimp for an appetizer. It's in this Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. I need 1.5 pounds of shrimp in shells.
My mom used to have that cookbook.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great book.
Lots of good recipes.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys have what I need, right?
We have the 10 to 15 count Gulf shrimp in shell currently here, which would be one great option. You've got a couple of frozen options over here.
Okay.
Which range from raw and cooked naked brand shrimp, as well as more options for the wild caught Gulf shrimp further to your left.
I think I'm going to go with those. Those look really good.
Sure, you said 1.5 pounds?
1.5 pounds.
You got it.
And Tyler, what else do people do for the holidays? Like the 7 fishes, I know it's a big deal. What else do they get?
People do a lot of stuffed fish. They'll do whitefish, sole. A lot of people like to get the XL cod loins and do like a crab meat stuffing with those and make a roast out of that.
And you can get all of that at Big Y.
All of it. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Nice to meet you.
You as well. Take care.
Happy holidays.
You as well.
I am going to make a side dish. Let's see here, butternut squash, macaroni, and cheese. Oh, hey, Kelly, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to see you. It's a pleasure. So I'm looking for some Gouda cheese.
I have Gouda cheese, and if you're making a butternut squash mac and cheese,
yeah.
I have a pumpkin Gouda.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I love it. All right, where's that?
That is right over here. That one.
Terrific. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, I also need 1 cup of shredded Swiss.
I can do better than that. I've got shredded Gruyere cheese. It'll bring your mac and cheese to the next level.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much. What are other types of cheeses are people serving at the holidays?
Oh, everything from cheddar to mozzarella to goat cheese.
People do serve mozzarella because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like my favorite. That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I am looking for desserts because I'm not about to make a dessert on my own.
I would go down to our bakery department. They make amazing desserts.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
And here we are in the land of desserts, one of my favorite departments. Hi, I'm Scott.
Hi, Mary.
Nice to meet you, Mary.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so I've got my Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. I'm making a bunch of meals, a bunch of dishes and side dishes, but I don't really feel like dealing with dessert. Can you help me?
Oh, of course.
All right, so what do you recommend?
I highly recommend our Lyman Orchards pies that we bake in store every day.
Oh my God, what flavor?
We have apple, apple crumb, blueberry, and strawberry rhubarb.
What's the most popular?
Apple.
Apple.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
number
what else,
one.
What else do you got?
We also have all of our store-made platters that if you're having a big party and you don't really want to make something to have a nice presentation, I'd highly recommend those.
Okay, how about these beautiful cakes over here?
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with any of our cakes. Our European layer cakes are some of the most popular cakes we have, or also our store-made Italian fruit cake with the strawberries and peaches in the middle with the our Swiss vanilla.
What is
Very
this,
good.
Mary? This looks absolutely amazing.
It's a strawberry European layer cake. It has yellow cake with a white chocolate mousse and strawberry filling on the inside. And we top it with fresh whipped cream.
But you're saying the apple pie is the go-to.
Apple pies are #1.
All right, I'm gonna take the Mile High apple pie.
Perfect.
And it's right here?
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it, Mary.
Have a great holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Hey,
holiday.
I gotta get some other things like olive oil and corkscrew pasta. This way?
Oh yeah, straight down.
All right, thanks, Mary.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. These are adorable. Oh, and I need some Nilla wafers too. And look, they have Dove chocolate just for Kara. I know it's one of her favorites. All right, time to check out. Let's go. Okay. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I have my big Y card.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you for bagging.
Yeah, you're welcome, Scott. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Happy to today.
Take care. Hey! Happy holidays, everyone! Well, what a delightful experience that was. All right, we're going to send it on over to Kara, who's standing by in the Better Homes and Gardens Test Kitchen in Iowa. She's getting some great advice on timing out the appetizers and the main course. Kara, take it away.
Hi everybody, I am back here in the Better Homes and Gardens Test Kitchen with Lynn and Jan. And I think we all get a little nervous when the holidays are coming and you're trying to plan something wonderful for your family, but just even knowing where to start is, I think, a big deal.
It is a big deal, but we love to start with nibbles. These boards are so great because they're very interactive and they keep people out of your hair when you're trying to be in the kitchen and finish your gravy, for sure.
Yeah, and they're easy to put together, easier than you think. You can go to your local grocery store or your cheese market, pick up some great different styles of cheeses, maybe some that you've never tried before. Experiment a little bit. It's kind of easy. And then you can add some fresh fruit like these figs, some honey for that little sweet touch, some olives, and really impress your guests without a whole lot of effort.
And I see that you really, the key here is you fill the space. As long as you fill the board, it looks good.
That's right. Textures, tastes, it's all there.
And I understand Maggie from Better Homes and Gardens also put together something special so we can show our viewers the best way to make a cheese board.
I'm going to show you how to make a charcuterie board today. Here we have an array of Italian meats. We're going to start with some capicola, and I like to start by building my board in the center. Next, we're going to add some prosciutto. It's a thinly sliced cured Italian meat, and I love this one because you can create some really great shape. Next, we're going to go to some pepperoni. So if people are thinking, what is capicola and what is prosciutto, they're probably going to like pepperoni. We're going to add some calabrese. This is some mozzarella that's wrapped in prosciutto. So these little logs are just so fun and easy to stack here at the back of our tray. Next, we're gonna add our cheeses. We're gonna start with a goat's milk cheese. We'll put that there right in the center. And think about creating ways for people to want to dig into this cheese board. So we're gonna just take a knife and kind of break that up so people are ready to dive in. So you've got a nice blue cheese here. We'll add that to our board. So you want to think about a variety of textures and tastes. Next, we've got a manchego. It is a Spanish cow's milk cheese. And I've already cut that up because it makes it nice to have these slices for people to grab. Next, we got some sharp white cheddar. As you can see, I've kind of filled in the space so it looks really abundant and really delicious for everybody. Next, a mix of crackers. We've got some nice crackers we got from the store. You go to a specialty market or even your supermarket, look for a different variety of crackers instead of just kind of your basics. This is one of my favorite things, toasted baguette. You just rub a little olive oil on these and pop them in the oven. Next, we have some seedy crackers, look at those. And last, we're gonna finish with just some easy accompaniments. Some antipasti, some artichokes, tuck that in there, and some coarse mustard. This is always great for a charcuterie board because you can smear that on with your meats and cheeses. And then to finish, we're just gonna add some forks. And this will just invite everyone to dig in. So there you go, a charcuterie board fit for a crowd.
We got a good start on the appetizers. Now it is time for your holiday main course. I am back here with Lynn and Jan, and we're talking turkeys and roasts. And I think this is the one that gets me most intimidated because you just don't want to mess this up.
Right, well, you're not alone. We get a lot of questions from our readers about, oh, I've spent all this money on this big cut of meat. What do I do with it? Well, we've got lots of great charts and information in the new cookbook so you can roast things to perfection. But let me tell you, I've got a secret for you.
Okay.
A meat thermometer. It's a great way to know that your roast is done to perfection. So this is one that the probe goes in the oven in your meat, the display goes on the outside, you can look to see how it's roasting all the way through the process, you don't have to open the oven door.
Right, and in fact, I know Lynn, you have some great tips for us that if you are making a holiday roast, here's something to make sure it comes out perfectly.
Once you figure out what type of meat you're going to cook, the next thing you want to do is figure out how you might want to flavor it. Fresh herbs, citrus, garlic, and onion are great choices. Next, I'm going to add a rub on the outside of the bird, actually even underneath the skin. The rub that I'm using today is a mixture of butter, rosemary, thyme, and sage. I can just make sure that that mixture gets evenly distributed over the top of the breast meat. Now that we've added the flavor to the bird and I've tied the legs to the tail, it's ready to go in the roasting pan. I'm using a roasting pan with a rack so all of that hot air from the oven gets circulated around the bird. Now that our turkey is roasted to perfection, it's time to make gravy. I'm going to deglaze the pan with a cup of broth. Now I'm going to pour that into a measuring cup and skim off the fat. And I'm going to measure that to a 1/4 cup. I will add it to the saucepan along with a 1/4 cup of flour. So once this is thoroughly combined, I'm going to add 2 cups of broth. The secret to smooth gravy is to make sure that when you've incorporated that flour into your fat mixture, you don't have any little lumps. Then we'll season it with a little salt and pepper, and there you have it, perfect gravy. Now that our gravy is made, it's time to carve the turkey, and it's easier than you think. Start by just removing the thigh and drumstick portion. Once that's free, you can just move that to your platter. Slice along the breastbone to remove this whole portion of meat, and then it's so much easier to carve. And actually, I like to use my hands because you can just really get a hold of it better. And I'm going to slice across the grain, and this just gives you a more tender eating experience. So you can carve this as thin or as thick as you like. Now that our turkey is carved, it's ready to make the platter beautiful. I'm going to add some cranberries just because they add some nice color, some roasted oranges, some fresh sage, rosemary, and thyme because those are the 3 herbs that we used in our rub. You can find this recipe and many more in our Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook.
And now sides are coming up next from the Better Homes and Gardens test kitchen. But first, Scot's on the road. Find out where he's going next.